Noble here, and man, do I sure have a taste for getting into trouble. And for that, I created a new drink that will get you into trouble immediately. Introducing the Onision Bitch Cola. Every time you pop open that sucker up, you can hear a little bit of bitching from the main man himself. Okay, all jokes aside, let's get on with the video. In today's episode, we'll be talking about someone very special and definitely does not need to be disrespected in any way, shape, or form. Yep, that's right, we will be talking about Onision today. Now, I don't like taking jabs at a banana, but I'm a banana! I mean, come on, that deserves to be jabbed at, come on. And with that, that's a clear indication that we should start with the video. So recently, Onision has made the news around the YouTube sphere, and not in a positive way if you, well, couldn't tell. Onision has been issuing copyrights and blocking videos to a lot of creators, and is coming under fire for it, as he so rightfully deserves. An example of these creators is Repzion, who makes videos regarding the absolute batshit insane things that Onision does in his video. Ta-da! I am an adult diaper lover! See what I mean? That's exactly what I mean. Now, in Repzion's video, he explains what Onision has been doing to a majority of creators, himself included.
This is a video simply begging you guys to take this seriously. I'm tired of this. I am not the only one suffering from this, and that is copyright abuse from Onision.
Essentially, the videos were being blocked, but then he explained that he withdrew it and the videos will be removed off YouTube entirely, which is completely fucked for Greg to do. Imagine working on a 25-minute video, having to write the original script, planning your skits and funny bits out within the video, and then having all that hard work be claimed by someone else and having the risk of getting your channel with a copyright strike. Shit sucks, really. But apparently, this ain't the worst thing Greg's done. A ton, and I cannot stress this enough, of YouTubers have been monitoring the man for all the shit he's done. But this time, it may have gone a little bit too far. Because essentially, he's been abusing the copyright system on YouTube and is pretty much fucking everyone over for it. See what I did there? Fucking everyone? Because, you know, he fucks everyone, even kids.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Now, with this video, I'm not going to be overlooking any of the other stuff that he's done in the past. Oh, no. He's going to get the full frontal whack of Lucille from me. I'm sorry, I should have probably put spoilers for The Walking Dead, but I mean, come on, the show's been out forever. Things like him meeting Chris Hansen and pussying out at the last minute will also be in this video, so stick around. But for that, we're gonna have to go into the lab and study this fossil that was once known as Onision. For further details, follow me. Now, a lot of these videos are going to be from FPSDiesel and Kappa Kaiju respectively. The reason why is because I like them as creators, so I'm gonna take a little bit of inspiration from them in terms of the script writing, so there may be some similarities. Oh yeah, not just because I want them to notice me or anything. Number 1, he lies a lot.
Now I could continue roasting Onision, and don't worry, I will. This is a 10-minute video, mind you. But the point being here is that Onision is quite a character. In fact, he says he's the most trustworthy character. This one's really hilarious. Now, you know, when I think of someone who's trustworthy, they usually are, you know, trustworthy and honest. Oh, Onision says he's honest. All the time, he must be honest.
Onision telling the truth is like a blind man telling you what color a Rubik's Cube is. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Why does a blind man have a Rubik's Cube? Can we get that away from him, please? Why does he have it in the first place? Number 2, he's vegan.
This is my vegetarian body!
Onision likes to remind you that he's vegan. A lot. Now, there's nothing wrong with being vegan, but just please stop saying that you're a vegan every 5 fucking minutes. Please. Another thing that he has is this superiority complex. I wanted to put this as a number by itself, but I decided to cope it in with the vegan number, I guess. Onision thinks that he's always right and never does anything bad, when in fact he's the very definition of bad. Number 3, he's still funny?
I'm the baby that can give that!
That's gonna be etched into my mind forever. Number 4! Singing? Most of his songs are garbage. Hot, flaming pieces of garbage. This is like discount Green Day. It's like gas station sushi bad. Although, I will give him this, most of his songs are very interesting. And not in a... definitely not in a good way. No, no, no. Where do I even fucking begin with his tweets? His Twitter is like no man's land from Call of Duty. It's a mess. There's a lot of it, and frankly, it's a pain to go through. But one thing is for certain is that he has some pretty golden tweets, pretty spicy ones if you ask me.
Oh, he goes, I get memes, I make good memes. Let's see here. I, Onision, will impregnate you as requested. Oh, Jesus. Okay, this is how we're starting. An appropriate response, ah, you're so sweet. And inappropriate is, I just stabbed everyone to death. Hello, human resources. Yep, this is what we're doing today.
First, let's start with him changing his name from Onision to The Legend on Twitter. I don't know who's trying to refer to. I don't know if he's referring to himself because he's definitely not a legend to me. Legend of fucking up, maybe that. Legend of fucking kids, maybe that. I don't know. Also, he has a Patreon-only Twitter account. I don't know who the fuck is gonna pay for that. I don't know who the fuck is gonna pay for therapy after you pay for that Patreon. Because if his normal tweets look like this, imagine on that Patreon-only account. God damn, that scares me. Now I'm going to read a few of his tweets, and I'm going to give you guys my reaction to it. So let's read them out a little bit. All right, so let's get down to the reading. The first one's going to be this one. Two bottoms, ass up, begging for their top. Heaven. Wow. Wow. I question your sincerity, darling. You act like such a lady in public. But in the bedroom, you're a, I'm not going to say that, rocking freak. Time to come clean. Wow. This is a man who's married. Oh God. This is a man who's married and has a kid. Wow. When you wake me up this time, do it with your okay? The first thing I want to feel when I wake is your warmth on my... Oh my God. This is a man who's had children. Or a child, actually. He can't have children. And has a wife. Or is married, sorry. Just let me choke you. I prefer you on your knees, on a leash, screaming, yes, master, now please. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, well. Cool. Stop drooling on the floor. You're wasting saliva that... Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't read these tweets. They are so fucking bad. Positive vibes. No, not here. Lower. What the fuck does that mean, Jack? What the fuck does that mean, Greg? What the fuck does that mean? My tweets are very triggering. Put this mask on. I don't need your ears. How is this man? Something just turned off. How does this man have a kid? How? A lot of his tweets are very self-loving tweets. I think it's because no one else loves him, except for his 14-year-old fans, so yeah, you do you, boo. Gather around, small children, because I have a tale to tell thee. Back before the internet was a thing, we had something mysterious called the cable. And on this cable, we had a show called To Catch a Predator with Chris Hansen. This was a show where Chris Hansen would ambush child predators and essentially bamboozle them right before they did the no-no dance with little kids. This show was pretty fucking successful, but we're here only for the backstory of Chris, because the next part is gonna be a fucking killer. A few weeks ago, Chris Hansen hosted a live stream where he would have guests over to talk about various things. Well, one of those guests was supposed to be Onision, but the man never showed up. See, the main reason why Onision was supposed to be on the show was because he was allegedly grooming kids with other legal adults. Now, if he showed up on the show, he could have cleared up his name, but Greg doesn't do that. Onision is a 34-year-old man. who has multiple relationships in the past and even has a child. Some of these relationships were good and some were bad. But today we won't be covering all of them, just the fucked up ones and disturbing ones. The reason why we won't be covering all of them is because I do not want to be here for 2 hours editing a clip. This good relationship was with Sky. It was somewhat functional, but ultimately ended with a divorce due to Greg falling in love with another character, this character being Shiloh. Now, this could be due to Sky not caring about Greg's channel, about his YouTube channel, and that was not okay with Greg because he couldn't control her. After Shiloh had a mental breakdown and forgot her memories, Greg decided to film her rather than call an ambulance or call help. After this, they split up and he got together with a girl called Adrian for a short while. Then they broke up and Greg left a few unsettling voicemails for her that nowadays are infamous for research.
Hey, I'm not sure why I'm leaving a message this time. Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, remember when you were calling me earlier and you're like, I'm using every media outlet to contact you. I'm like trying everything. I'm begging for you to come back to me and all this stuff. It's like, I'm like that, but like an elongated version. Like, you're not giving me the mercy that I gave. And so I'm stuck in limbo. This sucks, dude. Like, okay, do me a favor. Please, at least in some way, write me saying no. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to take you not responding as a no. So if you get on that plane, which I doubt you're going to, but hey, maybe you're crazy enough to do it, then awesome. But if not, I'm going to leave it alone now. I'm actually going to, well, I shouldn't disable my phone because you could call. I'm going to control myself, and I will leave it alone now. Hopefully I have entertained you, and hopefully you are having a good night. Goodbye.
After the whole Adrian situation, he broke up with her because she was the most difficult for him to control, and eventually got together back with Shiloh. And this gave Greg the opportunity to get a platform to essentially badmouth Adrian. After this, he and Shiloh split up again, and she went to Canada for a treatment of sepsis. Oh my fucking god, I am barely scratching the surface. Now, I can't go after all of the relationships, but these were the ones that stand out to me the most out of the others. But there is a timeline down in the description down below of his various relationships. It's a very long read. Oh yeah, he also released a music video about, Shiloh lying. Unfortunately, I can't play these videos because they will get claimed and I do not want to give Greg my money. One of the relationships we'll be talking about in a bit more detail is with Cool Guy Kai / Lanybot / Taylor. They started off as a major fan of Onision, to dating Onision, to now marrying him. It started off as a Twitter fan replying to every single tweet of his. Kind of stalkery if you ask me. A lot of Kai's tweets were very, how should I put this? Stalker-like. If you want to read this train wreck of a tweet dump, there will be a link in the description down below for your viewing pleasure. Well, see, that's the problem. She was a fan. An underaged fan. You make enough crazy tweets to Onision and eventually he'll respond to one of them. And oh my, that he did. Reading these convos between these two is very, how should I put it, pretty fucking weird. It's a blend of 2013's XD random humor with a hint of cringe. Now listen, I don't give a flying fuck about your love life, but at least date someone close to your age. Not someone who has a 9-year gap on you. 9 years, 10 years, this is actually 10.
So me sitting across the table from him, and he's probably gonna threaten to sue me for this video. He's already threatened to sue me before, but that's fine. I'm allowed to tell stories about people without using faces or names, etc. But he was being hard on me for my age gap with Lainey, and I had a 9-year age gap with Lainey. And he told me to come back in 10 years, like not till Lainey was 25 to date Lainey. And I was just like thinking, how much power does this guy think he has?
Now, aside from the whole age thing, Greg has a very significant influence on this certain individual. It was way easier to manipulate someone like that and have them do stuff for you that they didn't want to do, especially when it's their first relationship.
It's way easier
to get what you want off of somebody, and especially when it's their very first real relationship. I don't really like online classes, but I'm not passing up traveling the country with him. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I made everything work, you know? It was a big opportunity for him. My parents are gonna be so mad at me. I haven't told them anything, and we're gonna get married in like 16 days. I've tried. My dad doesn't care about the way I feel. My parents would never let me go. I want him more than anything. I have to wait until I'm back with him, which will either be August or October. We'll find out tomorrow. Because that's when I begin college, and he's calling a lawyer tomorrow just to triple check everything. It's legal, and if it's not, he'll come back when I'm 18. And yes, we Skype. We actually sleep on Skype together. But I would just feel better talking to him about it in person.
Getting married in 16 days, huh? Jesus, this kid is getting more action than I am. Already you can tell that Greg has a grip on this kid. This fan Lainey has what I call a starstruck syndrome. They are so in love with Greg that they're disregarding reason for rationality. Now, there is actually a few tweets where you can obviously see the dynamic of how their relationships work with one another.
Did Aaron Paul just tweet me? Is this real life? And then Onision replies, glad you're happy about it. He hates your husband. He's from one of my favorite bands that I've seen play like 3 times, so cool. Go marry him. Bye. I can't be happy with somebody from a band I like that tweeted me. What? If somebody doesn't like you, you don't like them. Clearly not the same for you. You're welcome to leave. Bye. First off, I didn't even know he blocked you. Second off, how does me liking someone's music affect literally anything? You know now, and you still do nothing. You also said, quote, he's from my favorite bands I've seen like play 3 times, so nice support. She replies, I don't see how me liking bands' music affects our relationship whatsoever. You don't like Ronnie, and I listen to his music. I wouldn't talk to somebody who didn't like you. You're fangirling over someone who doesn't like me. It's a slap in the face. She replies, I didn't know that he blocked you until you tweeted me. Shrugs, we are clearly different. I would have had your back no matter what. You argue instead of stand by me like I would. I'm allowed to like someone's music. It doesn't mean that I don't support you. No debate over music here. Just a person that doesn't like me tweeting you and fondly reacting to it. No loyalty. This has 0 to do with loyalty. I don't get notifications every time someone blocks you. When someone blocks you, I tell them to screw off. 2, someone blocks me. You argue with me about it overly countless tweets. Loyalty.
God damn, Onision is a fucking psycho. Fast forward to the present, and oh boy, this is a fucking shitstorm. Oh, but Noble, they're clearly an innocent person. Why rag on them? Because essentially, they're Onision 2.0. Or they became Onision 2.0. They could have went for any other YouTuber on YouTube, but they chose Greg. Oh, but it gets worse. Lainey and Onision are now in a polyamorous relationship, or used to be, but you never know with Greg nowadays. This lasted for a very short time, but unfortunately, Lainey brought in some third-party guests. That's right, she brought in some third-party guests. Oh boy. Now that the shitstorm is partially over, let's continue. A few months went by and Greg and Lainey split up. And this was the result of Lainey bringing in third-party guests that goes by the name of Regina and Sarah. Now, at this point, Lainey was still with Greg and came out as bisexual. Because of this, they wanted to bring in more characters into the fuckstorm of a comedy show. In the description down below, there is a document that heavily describes the timeline between Lainey and Regina. It's quite the read and is pretty interesting drama-wise. So, there's your thesis. This document was extremely helpful for this video and for following the messed up timeline of the clusterfuck of a relationship that Onision had. Sarah actually joined the picture in 2014. At this point, Sarah was 14 to 15. The most disturbing part of the Skype call was that Lainey would tell Greg to... Hold on, let me just grab the script here for a second. Sexualize her. That's definitely gonna be censored. Oh, I'm so sorry. The censor filter was on for that part because I want this video to be monetized. Now, this is obviously inappropriate things to talk to a 14-year-old. Fucking of course, anyone with a right mind would know that. Just by the screenshots alone, you can tell that this was a very yikes moment from the beginning. Another character joins the fray by the name of Billy. Lainey and Billy were pressured to kiss under the menacing gaze of Greg himself. And Billy had sex with the three-way. God, I'm losing faith in humanity every day, but here I am. Mind you, Billy is 18 and Lainey is 21. The problem within this three-way was that Greg was 31 years old. Some don't add up. The math just doesn't go well, dude. Long story short, Lainey and Sarah were both underage at the start of this whole fucking love hexagon. Jesus, this whole thing is fucking messed up. Lainey did a lot of things that were illegal to Sarah at the age of 23 when Sarah was only 15.
God damn it, phone!
Sending nude photos. Listen, all I'm trying to say is don't fuck kids or animals. Period! This whole thing is just a mess. And I'm not even done. Mr. Jackson, please have a seat. So, we went over who Chris Hansen was, right? Literally the Chad of catching pedophiles and predators. Chris Hansen is like the doomslayer of catching predators. And this beautiful human being. I applaud you, my sir. Anyways, a few weeks ago, Chris Hansen, the Chad that he is, showed up to Greg's house and knocked on his door out of fucking nowhere. What a Chad fucking move. Greg, like the turbo virgin he is, handled the situation in the only responsible way that he knows how to. By calling the police on Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen. Could you imagine being on the receiving end of that phone call with Greg? 911, what's your emergency? Chris Hansen? Chris Hansen? Like the one from To Catch a Predator? Yo, Billy! Yo, this guy's calling the police on Chris Hansen! Yo, I bet you fucking touched a few little kids. Yo, Billy, get the camera. This is fucking funny. How do you just call the police on Chris Hansen? Are you fucking stupid, Greg? On top of that, everything Greg said in this phone call was practically a lie. Chris was not yelling at the door. He was just knocking there and standing menacingly. After this, Chris Hansen decided that he didn't even want to waste his time with Onision and left, letting Greg live to see another day. So we've made it to somewhat present day. Less than 2 months ago, Repzion and Chris Hansen had a court date because of a protective order filed by Onision himself. Repzion showed up because, unlike Greg, he was man enough to actually handle his responsibility. Now, Repzion also knew that if he went to court, he would win 1,000,000%. I mean, come on. You're going up against a man that shows up to court in a Kevlar vest and whatever the fuck this is. And whatever the fuck this outfit was. Anyways, Repzion is here in the courtroom pretty early, you know, just being a good noodle. At least he was there earlier than Greg. In his video, he describes the way Greg walked into court, which I don't know how you describe. I just don't know how you show up to court like this. Take a look.
Is how he walked in the courtroom, and allow me to demonstrate, because I think an example is he had this like straws like this, kind of like, you know, he walked in and had his paperwork and went like this.
Greg, you're not just a clown, you're the entire circus. Anyways, Onision and Repzion are both inside the court, which means the trial should start, right? Not exactly. See, Greg played a 1,000 IQ play and dismissed himself. Congratulations, Greg. You're fucking stupid. Oh, and also the case with Chris Hansen. Yeah, it turns out that was the wrong Chris Hansen. How do you is this like some sort of like 4D chess thing that Greg is doing? Like is this part of his master fucking plan or something? Now, if I wanted to list off all of these points, I'd be here for 2 hours. So instead, I have videos in the description down below that you should check out. They're of different creators talking about the situation so you can have more than one perspective other than mine. If you want to know a specific detail of a specific topic, you should find it down in the description down below. Holy fuck! I did not cover his book. I forgot about his book. Oh my god, I gotta have to write that in the fucking script. His books will be covered in a part 2 where I just cover his books. So stay tuned for that. But now we should get back to the main problem and for my opinion on it. To be honest, Onision doing what he did with the copyright system is very, it's just abusing the system. Imagine being a creator and just having your videos taken down and monetized by someone else. It fucking sucks. I don't know what kind of sick fantasy Onision has. I don't know what kind of sick fantasy Greg has that involves him getting cucked by himself. I don't know what kind, but he's really stupid. Like, honest to fucking God. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. I know it's not the typical mini doc that you guys were expecting, but I will add in more stuff in post-production so it can fit on the video. But hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys soon. See you guys real soon. Until then, don't be a stranger. Bye! Also, Greg, yeah, you're not funny anymore. Anyways, see ya. Bye!
The cash, yeah, you know it's still a dream. Never kissing ass, even when I cut my scene. Every girl I know just wanna be hugging me every day. Yeah, you know just what I mean. Welcome to my life, welcome to a new time. No more complicated situations in my mind. When I come back, guess who they wanna see every day. Yeah, you know just what I mean. Here's a happy song for ya. Hard to hear when everyone adores ya. Serious guy with a bunch of mommy issues. Just not tonight, even though I brought tissues. Hope you respect.